name is Crystal. I make sustainable jewelry and welcome back to the vlog. So right now I am market prepping. I just have all my stuff on my bed because my room, like the floor is pretty much a mess. So I'm going through my bin. I only have one for markets. I don't have that much stuff, but this is all old except my baskets with bracelets. I did put them in last night. I have a lot of thin bracelets. This is my thin bracelet basket. I have a good amount of thick bracelets. If I spread it out, it'll look much fuller. And then bracelet sets. I do have a lot, but I don't have a lot of variety because I only have the fire bracelet set. I have the pink one. I only have one spring, one alt bracelet set, a couple cactus. But I don't have any blue ones. I don't have any of the dawn ones, like the purple ones. So hopefully it's okay. I am gonna later cut some string for some blue bracelet sets, but I think it'll be okay. Because this market, I think it's gonna be smaller. My market next week is gonna be bigger, hopefully. So, and then I'm just going through this bin. I have my tablecloth. I already washed it. I just need to put it in this bin later. And then this is my banner. I'm just gonna unfold it. It looks like this. So I'll have to refold it later. And then I'm just going through to see what I have so I know what to restock or just fix. Because some of the stuff, it's a little bit broken. I made this a couple days ago. It's like a booth display. I got this stand from Daiso and I just used some cardboard and then bracelets. I use this little shopping cart to hold my business cards. It's really good because a lot of little kids will see and be like, oh, what is that? And then they'll just interact with it. I do need to put my new business cards in here. I actually have them. So I'll just put them in. But I don't use all my business cards. I only use about like a third. That's what it'll look like. And then I'm just going through. This is pretty old. These are mystery bracelet bags. I decided I'm not going to sell these anymore just because they're 15 and they do well, but people don't want to spend 15 on a mystery bag, so I'm gonna open these up and see what I could reuse for like thick bracelets, thin bracelets, or mystery bracelet bags. So, because instead of those mystery bags, I'm doing mystery bracelet bags. So it's a very similar concept, except instead of like a variety of stuff for 15, you just get one mystery bracelet for 5. I have these little clips. I got them from Dollar Tree. They're perfect for my booth displays. Because my baskets, I'm going to clip them on instead of, I used to do this. I used to have to like clip the basket and this together. It works fine, it's just, it doesn't look the best. So I'll be getting rid of these. I have bags. I don't use these a lot. People don't tend to buy a ton of stuff to use them. But I do have them just in case. I have these. I use these a lot. I do have some old polka dot ones, but I'm just using the normal one. And then I have the tiny ones. So if you just buy one bracelet, I just put them in here. I also use this for packaging for my online orders. It's really nice. These are perfect. And then this used to be my scrunchie display, but I'm not going to sell scrunchies anymore, so I'll have to put this away. I could probably just use it somewhere in my room. I have my earring displays. The other parts are in my, wait, they're in here. You'll probably see it when I set up my booth later today, but I'm not going to set it up and then take it down. But I'll be using this. I just need to find a place to put it. I have these. They're just little risers. Nice to put any frames or anything I have. And then I made these myself. I just used some, I don't know, it's like popsicle, like thick popsicle sticks, but they're like really long. Not sure if you see. Anyway, I just painted them black. So anytime I have a bracelet, the basket, instead of being flat, it's a little bit elevated. So then when you walk by my table or booth, it really, you could like see it better, because I don't have like a 10 by 10 booth display. That's too big for my products. I usually do a 6 foot. 8 foot is like the biggest I would do. So that's that. And for the DIY fest, I'm not doing it today, I'm doing next week. There were some options, like you could share a 6 foot table with someone else, but it's not possible for me to share my table with someone else, so I did get a full table. So that's pretty cool. Then my earrings. I have to recount them later, so I'll just do that at my desk, but I just keep them in here. I also have another container. It's just small. I think this is empty because I was able to fit all my earrings in here last time. So I'll just put this away. This is for the earring display. Yeah. You have to screw it together. I used to leave it already assembled, but to the Monarch, I have to bring my own table. I have to bring my bin, I have to bring my cash box. And my table, it's really heavy. I could have gotten a cheaper one for about the same price at Walmart, which is much lighter. No, wait, a cheaper one from Walmart that's lighter, because my table is a white, just 6 foot foldable table, but it's really heavy, so I have to carry that. And then my mom usually helps me with my setup. She has to carry my wagon, so it's not that convenient. But anyway, I just assemble it at the market because I'll get there about an hour early, because that's what I said in the email. This is my sister's candy. Basically, oh yeah, the scrunchies, I'm gonna just take them out. These would be good for gifts, but I just can't sell them because they don't sell well, and I have all the fabric I can use for my own personal crafts. But this is my sister's candy, which are just like made out of pony beads. They're really cute. A lot of little kids like to look at it and interact with them, so I think it's cool. Like, it will sell well. So I'll close this up. But this could go back in here. She sets her own prices. I just take like a little commission. So I'll put this back in here. And then I also have this from last time. So I'll start putting the stuff back in the baskets. Anyway. I have these. These are from Dollar Tree too. I just made them. They're really good to elevate. I do have, I think I have enough mystery bracelet bags. I'm not going to do a whole bunch right now because I just don't have that many bracelets. But after I organize my bin a little, I'm going to open these up, see what I could use. And then for my bracelets, for these baskets, some of these already have prices on the back, but I have to, some of them don't, so I have to relabel some of the ones that don't. So I'll open these up and then price these with their relative prices. But yeah. And then the banner and tablecloth I'll fold up and then put them in last. Just that way it doesn't take up that much space. And I think that's pretty much it. And then after I do the stuff with the bracelets, I will have some time. So I think I could pre-cut some bracelet string for the blue bracelet sets. So that way I can maybe work on them at the markets. Because I like to make bracelets at those markets. Because I don't want to be scrolling on my phone. Because I feel, I do, I like to scroll on TikTok. But a lot of people will see like, oh, she's not really interacting with people, so they'll just walk away. Personally, I'm not the type to be like, oh, like, hi, how are you? And just like, I'm not that extroverted, so I'm not gonna go out, like be outgoing and talk to like all like the people that stop by my booth. It's just, I will say like, oh, these are like the price amount, like this is $5, that, oh, that's $6, just so that way they know I'm interacting with them. But it's not like kind of forced, because I don't want to make people like feel forced to buy my stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah. Also, I'm kind of like shy, so it's hard for me to be like, oh, like that bracelet would be good, or that outfit, or stuff like that. But this market is the Monarch Ogden Pride Prom market, well, event. So the Monarch, which is this like cool art venue space, there are spaces where you could rent out per month and have like a little studio to make to just paint, to craft, to sell. I was thinking of getting a studio, but it's not that, it's good, but it's not a good option for me because it's about, I think, $500 a month for I think it's 300 square foot space, which is not bad. And then you can sell products out of there. I was thinking of doing that, but my mom and me, we talked to like some people that went there. They said it's not good for selling. It is good for just having a place to create. Like, oh, if you don't have a room in your house to, let's say, paint, you could rent out the space and maybe just paint stuff in that space. It's pretty cool. And then every first Friday of the month, they'll do like a Ogden art stroll. So like in downtown, the Monarch's right near downtown. People just walk around, check out some cool art stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But I did do a couple of the first Friday stroll like markets or events at the Monarch. I did pretty well. This market, the vendor fee was $55. So I'm pretty confident I can make that back. They haven't been marketing the Pride Prom a lot, just based on what I've seen on Instagram and stuff. They posted it on their story like once or twice. That's okay. And they did make an official post a couple of weeks ago, so I hope a lot of people come out to see. And then this venue, the Monarch, they don't provide any tables or anything, but they do give you chairs, which is convenient. That's one less thing I have to bring to the market. And then the way the Monarch's built, so it's kind of on a hill. So my mom usually parks on the side so I can enter easily because my wagon, table, everything, it's heavy. So hopefully we can park there this time. And then I'm not going to bring this camera to film. I'll use my phone. My phone's somewhere. But I hope my phone has like good enough quality to post on YouTube. I don't know. If it's blurry, I might have to bring my actual camera, but I'd rather bring my phone because I'm not going to be talking or vlogging at the market. I will definitely film and just like little updates. But after like the market tonight, tomorrow I'm going to do a little market recap. That way I can just talk and just see how I did at the market. I'm pretty confident I could do well. There was some confusion with the load-in times, so hopefully that's all figured out. But right now I'm going to organize this stuff. Right now I'm done organizing those mystery bags, so I just splitted them up a little. So these are the bracelets, the thick bracelets that can be made into mystery bracelet bags. Wait, yeah, because those were mystery bags. These are mystery bracelet bags, so just like one bracelet instead of a bag full of different stuff. So most of these I don't offer, just like I don't sell like this one. I was thinking of actually selling this, but it takes up like a lot of black string, and it does take a lot longer to make that one just because of the pattern. So, and then I have a lot of the fire ones. I might put some of the fire ones with my inventory for my fire alternative chevron bracelets. That's the pattern of this bracelet. I really like this bracelet. This is so cute. And this one too. So I'll pack these up. And then I found 2 daisy chains I could just put with the thin bracelets. I found a pair of earrings. And I have a lot of other stuff, like this random pair of earrings. And then just a lot of old bracelet sets. I think I'll price these and then put them in my bracelet set basket just to see if they sell, because they look pretty cool. Like this one's really cool. But so I just have these 4, so I'll price them. And then I have all these other bracelets. I don't know, I might keep them, I might just discount them. Oh, I can use them for freebies too, for online orders. That'll be really good. But I'll price these and put them with my bracelet sets. I also need to price the stuff in those baskets. But first I'm gonna put these into the mystery bracelet bags. I'm done packing these, so I'm gonna price these bracelet sets and then all the other bracelets I'm gonna bring tonight too. seen all of the bracelets. So now I'm just gonna finish up packing. I need to put my tablecloth. I need to check my cash box, check my Venmo, and also charge my phone. And then I'm also going to, oh yeah, I'm gonna cut some string for my blue bracelet set because I don't have any, but I can make some while the market's going on. Just because it's from 5 to 9, and then it'll probably end around 9 to 10. So that just gives me a couple hours to work on bracelets. So hopefully I can get a lot done. So anyway, I need to pack up all this stuff. It's the next day and I got back from the market yesterday, and then I just put everything back. I arrived home really late, so I just went to bed and everything, but I was able to finish up this bracelet at the market. And then I was able to start working on this one. So the market was good. I'm gonna just make, I'm just gonna work on this bracelet. So I just do kind of a market recap. So basically the market was good. I was there from I was there from around 4 to 9:30ish, 10, and it was a really good market. The vendor fee was $55, and then I made in total $63. So minus the vendor fee, I only made $8, which obviously that's not a lot, but I didn't lose money, so that's really good. That's okay. I think this was my first time doing this market, so I just didn't know a lot about it. They didn't do that much advertising. They didn't really post about it that much. I think if they posted about it more, there could have been more people. And the way the market's like laid out, so it's in this building, the Monarch, you enter through the entrance, and then if you go straight forward, that's the Pride Prom, like the little dance part, well, prom area. So then in order to go to the area I was, the like vendor area, you have to go down, so from the entrance to your right, and then you just shop around. But a lot of people were just there for, you know, hanging out with their friends and stuff, so they just partied and then they just left. They didn't want to buy stuff, which makes sense, but I don't know, I probably won't do this market again next year. But I did get a lot of, let me see, I wrote down the stuff on my phone. So I made about 11 transactions, so that's pretty good. The best sellers were definitely the mystery bracelet bags, which is really good, and then the thick bracelets. My thin bracelets also did well, but then I didn't have enough bracelet sets, so I only sold about 2 to 3 of those. No, wait. Yeah, I think I sold 2 of them. And the event was cool, but I think if I do consider doing this event next year, or probably if the vendor fee is cheaper, or if they did more marketing. And then also I would do more like Pride bracelet sets, because I could totally do like bracelets with like the Pride flags and stuff. That would be really cool. But I didn't have time for this one, so I don't know. But I think this market was okay. It was a learning experience. But next week at the DIY Fest, I hopefully will make a lot more money, because I think the vendor fee was $100, because the cheapest is if you get so it's a 6-foot table. The cheapest is half of that table, so you share with someone else. And I don't want to share with someone else just because of my displays. Because if you saw my videos earlier, my display takes up the entire table. And then 6 foot, I think 4, like a 4-foot table would be the smallest I could possibly do it. But I like the 6-foot table setup just because it looks nicer. Also for this market, I didn't have the right displays, because those like little price display things, like the chalkboard ones, they were new, so I thought it would look nicer. But for my baskets, I need a thing to hold up the display so it is like more visible. So I'll have to get some new displays for that. I could probably get some stuff from Dollar Tree. You just like little displays. But I think that's pretty much it. The market was really good. A lot of people like came in cute outfits and dresses, and then they had music. I was also, my booth So I was like in the corner, so next to a hallway, and then there was also the bar, which is like across from me. So a lot of people would just walk by just to get a drink, but they also saw like my booth and stuff, so I think that's kind of good. But it was like in the back. I think if I was near the front, like right in between the entrance and the like party, I could have made some more sales, but I don't know. At least I didn't lose money. I made 8, not a lot obviously, but I think it was kind of worth it just because I learned a lot and I was able to finish up this bracelet. So I just had free time, so I made the bracelet, so that's not bad. But yeah, I do think for my next market I'm still working on bracelet sets. Like I'm working on the blue bracelet sets right now. I'm just doing the thick bracelets, and then I do thin, and then the little small one. And then yeah, a lot of people love the mystery bracelet bags because a lot of people just walk by, they're like, oh, they just saw the bracelets, but they saw mystery bracelet bags and they're like, oh, I don't know. There were these 2 little kids that were looking at my bracelets, the thick bracelets, and they were looking at the Dawn ones, like it's purple, like blue, pink. It's really cute. And then their mom was like, oh, look, and they were like, oh, can we each get a bracelet? And then their mom said like, yeah, you can't. They saw the mystery bracelet bags, they each got one, and I was really scared they were gonna get one that they didn't like. And what kind of made it worse is that they opened up the mystery bracelet bags in front of me, but thankfully the bracelets inside were cute. One of them is like that sunset one I made. It's like a couple videos ago I started working on it. And then another one was a bracelet I showed earlier in this vlog, just like from those mystery bags. But that's pretty good. I do think the risk of those mystery bracelet bags is that I make bracelets that I don't offer in my store, so either people will love it or hate it. But I think if you're buying that, you know what you're signing up for. But yeah, the market was really fun. I probably won't do it next year, only if it's cheaper, has better marketing, or just works for me. I probably would just attend the event like myself because it's a cool event. It's really fun. There's also the art stroll, so the studios inside the Monarch were also open, so that's really cool. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I do think I can finish up the blue bracelet set before my DIY Fest market. I will also film that one. I'll probably be able to film more because at the Monarch, it was kind of awkward for me to film because every time I wanted to film something, someone has to people will always try to walk by or like pass by because I'm near that hallway. It's just mostly people that work at the Monarch just like walking by, and it's a little awkward for me just to like film. I just used my phone, so. But at the DIY Fest, because I'm with some other kid vendors, so I think it just makes it easier for me because it's not as awkward because they're younger than me, so it's not that bad. But I'll just be filming more. I won't do any talking for the DIY Fest. I'll just film, maybe give some updates. But that's pretty much it. And then, oh, also at this market, it was I was there from 4 until 9. I brought a sandwich to eat, but every time I was going to try to eat it, someone stopped by my booth. It's a little annoying, but I ate on the drive home, so it's okay. But a lot of people paid me through Venmo and, well, cash, but about 3 people asked like, oh, do you accept card? I had to say no. I don't accept card. I only have Venmo and cash. But I probably will consider having like a card reader or something, but I don't know any good apps for it because some apps will take like a percentage, some apps will ask you to like pay a fee or something. I'm not sure, but anyway, this market was super fun. I learned a lot. It was okay. I probably would give it like a 6 out of 10. Was it worth my time? No, not really, but I did learn a lot from it. But anyway, I think this will be the end of the video, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. This is just the end of the video. The market was fun, but not much happened. So also the people next to me also had jewelry, like different type of jewelry, and just I have friendship bracelets. They had like beaded jewelry. The girl next to them had like resin earrings and stuff. That was pretty cool. One girl had like room sprays. So this market had a lot of stuff, a lot of people like my bracelets, but I'll definitely, if I do it next year, I probably won't, but if I do it, I'll do some like a pride collection. That'd be cool. But I think this will be the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.